allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The exits are in the back of the LGI.
So moved.
Second. Second.
Alina. Chris and I.
So I'm going to administer the oath to the board members now. Oh, you come on down. Oath for you too. Eric, please stand and raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I do hereby solemnly swear or affirm
I do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
of the State of New York,
of the State of New York,
a board member of the Board of Education
of a board member of the Board of Education
of the City School District of the City of Beacon,
of the City School District of the City of Beacon,
County of Dutchess,
County of Dutchess,
State of New York.
State of New York.
Very good. Congratulations. I do hereby solemnly swear or affirm
I do hereby solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
of the State of New York
of the State of New York
as board member of the Board of Education
as board member of the Board of Education
of the City School District
of the City School
of
District
the City of Beacon,
of the City of Beacon,
County of Dutchess,
County of Dutchess,
State of New York.
State of New York.
Go. Congratulations.
Wait, do I just sign it?
Yep,
I'm
just sign
sorry.
there.
Forget, it's only third time's a charm, or fourth.
I signed the bottom.
Great,
Thank you.
thank you so much.
I would like to call for nominations for the office of president.
I nominate Meredith Hewer.
I second.
All in favor?
I.
Are there any other nominations for board president?
Through a power struggle.
I.
I'm like,
Mayor Meredith Hewer as Board of Education for the 2023-2024 school year. Now you have to do your oath.
yay. I'm like,
I know. I do hereby solemnly swear or affirm.
I do, what am I supposed to do?
Right hand.
Sorry. I do hereby solemnly swear or affirm
That I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
of the State of New York
of the State of New York
as president of the Board of Education
as President of the Board of Education
of the City School District
of the City School
of
District
the City of Beacon,
of the City of Beacon,
County of Dutchess,
County of Dutchess,
State of New York.
State of New York.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thanks for your support, everyone.
Of course.
You.
Next, I would like to call for nominations, for vice president.
I would like to nominate Flora Stadler.
Second.
Thanks.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Are there any other nominations for vice president?
Nobody?
I declare Flora Stadler to serve as vice president of the Board of Education for the 2023-2024 school year.
I blanked.
Crystal Hood. I was gonna nominate Crystal. Flora's like, wait, I don't know if I want to do that.
I don't know why.
Oh my god.
Congratulations.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, right hand. I do hereby solemnly swear or affirm
I do hereby solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United
of the
States
State of New York
of the State of New York
as Vice President of the Board of Education
as Vice President of the Board of Education
of the City School District
of the City School
of the
District
City of Beacon,
of the City of Beacon,
County of Dutchess,
County of Dutchess,
State of New York.
State of New York.
Good, congratulations.
All right. Oh my gosh, I just did something
Delightful.
exciting to your bed. Very.
Pretty cool.
That's cool.
I have to swear you in.
Here? Okay.
Getting your steps in today.
Agenda's up there?
An agenda. I just did
Repeat after me.
Sorry.
I do hereby solemnly swear or affirm
I do hereby solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution
If she
of the
doesn't
United
have-
States,
of the State of New York,
of the State of New York,
of the Board of Education,
of the Board of Education,
of the City School District,
of the City School District,
of the City of Beacon,
of the City of Beacon,
County of Dutchess,
County of Dutchess,
and State of New York.
State of New York.
Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you for being our district clerk.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
It's okay, don't worry about it. I left my laptop on my desk, so.
She wants a copy of the agenda. I want to give her
Of
this.
the agenda, yeah, that'd be great. Thank you so much.
I didn't know she had more. She had more? Okay.
I'll give it to
I was just going to give you this one.
This is what
Because
you
I can
get.
I have my tablet.
Exactly right.
Yeah,
My laptop
well,
is
I'm very
on the
excited.
Kitchen counter, which was left next to my bag, which is supposed to go.
I have John's.
I can give Kristen this piece. Okay. Okay. I just didn't want her to.
Just making trouble. Just,
Oh, no,
thank you so much.
superintendent.
I don't remember all this tonight.
There's like a lot here.
Wait, do you have to give
Superintendent?
the superintendent? I think it's next on the agenda.
I thought I only did it when my contract was.
It's on the agenda.
well, you
I
can
know.
never be over-oathed.
You still,
It's good to have a refresher.
I do hereby solemnly swear or affirm
I do hereby solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support
I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
of the State of New York
of the State of New York
as Superintendent of Schools
as Superintendent of Schools
of the City School District
of the City School District
of the City of Beacon,
of the City of Beacon,
County of Dutchess,
County of Dutchess,
State of New York.
State of New York.
Very good.
It's like the golf clap we did.
We do this a lot. Stuff I take away.
That's a big one, though.
Big one.
Just kidding.
Now I'm really in trouble.
Okay, thank you.
Summer Urso.
Excused.
Ms. Flynn.
Here.
Ms. Heath.
Here.
Ms. Cush.
Here.
Mr. Shutter.
Here.
Mr. White.
Excused, yeah.
Ms. Sadler.
here.
Ms. Hewer.
Here. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Reviewing the agenda, there are no changes. We're going to do a little, this is not our normal procedure for a reorg meeting, but we do have a little bit of board work. The first thing is to approve the board committee procedures, 5.01. I just want to make a comment about this before I ask people to vote on it. I feel that our committees were a little bit chaotic this year, and I would really like to make them more dependable and regular. And I think part of that maybe is making committee meetings every other month. I think many of them, the workload permits that at this point. We finally have caught up with the backlog from years before. So please, if you haven't read through the committee procedures, please do, and we'll really try to get off on the right foot with them this year. So can I have a motion to approve the board committee's procedures?
So moved.
Second.
Eunice, and second by Flora. Are there any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? I'm in favor, passes 6-0. And then we have these 4 resolutions. Flora, do you want to give an introduction to them?
Sure. So the reason why these are on here tonight is because we have to submit them to the New York State School Board Association next week. And just to briefly explain, these resolutions will help guide NYSBA's advocacy work in the coming years. And they have a very powerful advocacy arm, and they're very involved in working with state legislators to push for the things that school districts need and the supports that they need. 3 of the resolutions in particular are related to support for preschool services for special education students. And that includes the cost shifting resolution that is sunsetting, the funding for preschool services, and flexibility for preschool services. So that's 5.02 through 5.04 on the agenda. And the reason that these are particularly unique this year is that we are submitting them along with a bunch of other districts in Dutchess County, along with Dutchess Boces, and we feel that doing so is going to give more power and more push to these efforts. You can find the 3 resolutions and rationales in the agenda. These are basically word for word exactly the same what every district is going to be submitting. So really, we're just voting on whether or not we agree as a board to submit these as they are. And then this hopefully will be part of our efforts through the Dutchess County School Board Association to organize advocacy at the multi-district level so that we can have resolutions that we submit, regionally and do more work, organized advocacy work around those, because that seems to really have a galvanizing effect in Albany. So that's those 3. And then 5.05 is a resolution for comprehensive and fully funded climate change curriculum across New York State. This is something that Meredith had expressed an interest in putting together, and I also support this, and I think it's a great resolution. But essentially, we're asking that NYSBA support legislation that would require the state to develop and fully fund climate change curriculum for all public elementary and secondary schools in New York State. I don't really know, for this one, do we want to have a conversation about that one and just vote on the other 3, just a yes or no, and then have a conversation about the 4th one if anybody has a comment or,
We can, we can vote on the, 5.02 through 5.04 together, and then maybe 5.05 separately, just in case there are comments or questions.
Okay. All right, yeah, so that's all I have to say about them. I don't know if you wanted to add anything.
No, that's it. It just feels like, I know well, we'll get to that in a second. So can I have a motion to approve 5.02 through 5.04?
So moved.
Second.
Alina, and second by Flora. Are there any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? I'm also in favor. It passes 6-0. Can I have a motion to approve 5.05?
So moved.
Flora, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Eunice. Are there any comments or questions about this? This is something that there have been many, many bills introduced at the state level that never go out of committee. And I think that maybe if there is some lobbying from public education, maybe it would help to get it out of committee. So
I think it's also something that I don't necessarily understand if there's any controversy around it or resistance to it, because it's already embedded in the living environment curriculum and the earth science curriculum. Something they talk about already.
yeah.
So it's going to have broader implications, on, like policy, government,
Right. It really could be embedded throughout the
Yeah.
curriculum.
Yeah.
At all grade levels, I think,
Right.
Yeah.
appropriately, obviously.
And adaptation and things related to, what the future and being prepared for the skills that you will need in the future are part of that too, so.
Yeah, and the rationale really goes into talking about changing behavior, understanding, understanding the world that you're going to become an adult in. And there's also studies about the impacts of doing that kind of really wide-ranging full curriculum at the secondary level. And I think, yeah, so the two big parts of the rationale are funding it properly, really, but also integrating it throughout a curriculum, that it's not just about science, as you said. So, yeah.
And it has, that kind of information has the potential to have a bigger impact because one of the identified, and like kids who are surveyed, especially around mental health issues, feelings of hopelessness and despair and paralysis around the future they face related to climate change are big factors.
Yeah, absolutely.
I did find it interesting when they say that in the 2016 survey that they dedicated 1 to 2 hours. That's actually a little more than I thought, because it's almost 3 class periods, in a secondary school. So I found that number a little higher than I may have thought, which I think is a good thing. So,
Right, more the better.
because it is embedded in especially living environment and in earth science, but I found that interesting.
Yeah. We did talk about amending the rationales as they are right now, because Flora was not able to find a link to the 4th bullet, which is the University of Stanford study.
Yeah.
I don't know how people feel about that, if you feel like we don't want to have a rationale that doesn't have a direct link.
I personally felt uncomfortable using it just because it almost felt like an echo effect where one article referred to it and then other articles referred to it, but none of them actually could reference it directly, and I was unable to find it. So I would prefer not to include it, but
So why don't we, I'm making a motion to amend the rationale to remove the 4th bullet, which says addressing climate change requires changes in how we value, use, and interact with our environment. A recent report by University of Stanford concluded 83% of students who had education on environmental issues throughout their school years improved their environmental behavior. So can I have a motion for that amendment?
So moved.
And is there a second?
second.
Kristen, and second by Flora. Any comments or questions about the amendment? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? I'm also in favor, so the amendment passes 6-0. Are there any other comments about the resolution overall?
Thank you for putting it together.
Thanks for helping me doing the rationale.
Thanks for starting it. Thanks all around.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? I'm in favor also, so this resolution with the amendment passes 6-0. So actually, there's nothing to send you, we're just removing the 4th bullet.
Yeah.
Thanks, Vicki. Okay, so next is committee appointments. First committee is Audit and Finance. Anthony White said he would like to be on this committee. He couldn't make it tonight. He was sworn in this morning, by the way. Are there any others that would like to be on the Audit Committee? Kristen?
I'm okay. I would do it.
You would do it?
Yeah,
Okay.
yep.
Eric, you're in. Thank you. And then next is Facilities. Anthony said he would also be interested in that. Kristen, are you interested in continuing in Facilities?
Sure.
Eric?
Yeah, I think Craig was on that one, right? So I
He
figured
was. You're the new-
I would just think I saw which ones he was on, so I figured
Be sitting in Craig's seat.
I thought I
right
was kind of slotted in there. So.
Okay, thank you.
You need to talk more.
Okay, policy.
Yes.
Laura. Anyone else interested? I'm going to put Summer on policy. She said she was interested. Anyone else interested in policy? Eunice?
I'll be on policy. Oh yeah,
Yeah?
I'll do policy.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just.
Super. And then our PR committee, Paul, please, Laura, Eunice, are you
I'm trying not to be on 3 this time.
Okay.
Because I can't handle it.
I'm good. I'm learning. I'm on this committee.
Okay, great. Alina's next committee. Okay, Semra wins. So those who are not here get put on committees.
That's right. Notified.
Great, and then, are you interested in continuing with?
Yeah,
you-
keep me with my
You're doing
peeps.
such good work there, I want to keep you
Yeah.
there. So Duchess, School Board
Oh,
is going to
yeah.
be
I'm like, that's all Flora,
Flora.
for sure. They're so good.
Curriculum Committee, that was I was on that committee last year because no one else could do the day meetings. I'm happy to continue, or if someone else is interested.
This is a district committee that a board member.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's different.
I mean, I probably would have time if, unless you want to, it's up to you.
I will not fight you for it. But I can be your, I'm happy to be your
Okay.
backup. So if you're
That's fine.
working and can't make
Okay,
it.
great.
So curriculum is going to be Eric. And then wellness.
I'd like to do that.
Okay, so
please.
Eunice.
Like if Heather.
I miss wellness, I will say.
And then diversity,
So when do they meet and what is,
that's also a board, a district committee.
Okay.
And it's been meeting, Matt, do you want to talk a little bit about the?
Sagi's been primarily running it. She's not here tonight, but it's in the evening. I think about half of them are in person, half are Zoom, once a month.
But will it be once a
Oh,
month, or
yeah.
will it be similar to the structure of, because it's a district committee, it'll stay once
Yeah.
a month?
I'm like teetering.
Yeah. You want to
I just want to see.
why don't you start on it? And
Okay.
if you feel it's too much, let me know.
Okay.
And I'll say I could be backup if you don't.
Okay.
Because I know that that's not as heavily committed as
Yeah,
the
that's
other
more like
ones.
a listening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm all for that.
Okay, so Alina with a backup
But it's an interesting.
of Eunice. Safety committee is not listed on here. What we did in, last year, which I don't know that really worked out that well, was to just sort of let board members know when it was, and if a board member wanted to come, they would let us know and attend. So maybe we can continue with that, and
I think I totally missed the meeting. I was
We
supposed
tend to
go
do
to
that.
last year.
Usually it's
It's a
Wednesday mornings at
morning
9.
meeting, yeah.
It's usually once every other month.
Yeah.
And that's the meeting where police and fire and, different agencies are there too.
yeah. So, and I can probably make that if no one else can. So put me on it for now, and
That one, the only way we get all of those different agencies is to do it in the morning like that.
Yeah.
So,
okay, great, thank you. So, consent agenda. The use of the consent agenda permits the Board of Education to make more effective use of its time by adopting a single motion to cover those relatively routine matters which are included. Any member of the board who wishes to discuss individually a particular piece of business on the consent agenda may so indicate, and that item will be considered and voted on separately, thus preserving the right of all board members to be heard on any issue. Are there any items that any board members would like to have pulled? Okay, hearing none, can I have a motion to approve 8.01 through 9.08?
Second.
Motion by Alina, second by Flora. Comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? I'm also in favor, passes 6-0. Can I have a motion to adjourn to executive session to review the employment history of a particular individual and to discuss attorney-client advice, and the board will not return?
So moved.
Second.
Flora, second by Alina. Comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes 6-0.
Oh, we are.